Pun, drunk, boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been thinking about this for a couple of hours, and I felt like I wanted to do a video about this, and probably later on, go live and have a dialogue with great boxing minds. Y'all read the title. Deontay Wilder is gonna make his non-believer speak in tongues, and this in reference to his trilogy fight with Tyson Fury, in which he has a great chance of being Tyson Fury, regardless of how you may feel about his boxing skills, about the matchup. You know, some people feel like Tyson Fury already got his number, but there's a reason why there's going to be a trilogy. And of course, and I just want to say brief because I feel like too many channels been talking about this fight, been talking about the first fight, been talking about the second fight. But there's an overwhelming feeling that Tyson Fury got his number, and Deontay Wilder probably just can't go back to the drawing board and actually come up with a game plan and beating Tyson Fury. But the thing is, Deontay Wilder just got a skill set and a power, a freak of nature power, that he could knock out a Tyson Fury. And that's not out of the question. Regardless how you may feel about Tyson Fury and his boxing IQ, boxing skills, you cannot neglect the fact that there is a great chance that Deontay Wilder can knock out Tyson Fury, and vice versa. But that's what makes this fight, good, regardless of how you may feel. Now, why this content is really not about Deontay Wilder making non-believers speak in tongues, but also other fighters making you a believer and making you speak in tongues. Now, what I'm talking about speaking in tongue, if you're not familiar with with scripture, the gospel, church, and things of that nature, speaking in tongue make you feel like you caught the Holy Ghost. Make non-believers make you a believer. You know? You heard all these things, and I'm not trying to disrespect Lord. I'm not trying to disrespect. I'm just, giving you an example. If you've never been to a church, tune into a church. They give they get the Holy Ghost. Oh Lord. Took it to the throne. And some fighters take their non-believers to the throne. They take them to the throne. And I'm gonna give you an example. Jose Ramirez, Victor Postal. People feel like Jose Ramirez, I thought he was more than that. I thought he was gonna knock him out. Oh, maybe he's not invincible like that. Oh, maybe he got exposed. No. It's not about Jose Ramirez. It's about you as fans neglecting the fact or neglecting Victor Postal's skill set. That's what you neglected. You wrote Victor Postal off. And a lot of fans, it's a culture of writing, and especially in the boxing culture, is about writing fighters off so easily. Just throw them in the garbage, probably still not, throw them in the garbage and hope that is a recycled boxer, right? So I'm talking about the culture, and this is why I want to have this dialogue, because the culture of boxing, because I know there's a lot of people out there that love the sport of boxing. But I think they get carried away in devaluing, discrediting, just to win an argument, just to win a debate. People don't hate actually the fighters, they hate the fighters' fans. With eventually you devalue and discredit the fighter, which is actually entertaining you for your pure entertainment. Because at the end of the day, we know these fighters, and I say constantly all the time, these are modern day warriors, modern day gladiators. They put their life on the line for pure entertainment. The shit is just facts. So I'm speaking on this is that there's going to be fighters out there. There's going to be fighters out there that's going to make these non-believers speak in tongue, including Deontay Wilder, including guys like Danny Silva Garcia, including a lot of fighters out there. Hey, Povetkin made his non-believer speak in tongues, make you a believer. But I knew that Povetkin had all the skills and talent. No. Because the narrative was that this might be Povetkin's last fight. And now it goes from Povetkin, maybe a chance with Anthony Joshua. How does it go from Povetkin almost being his last fight and going to retire to then Povetkin fighting the biggest fight with Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury? You see how it switches in the sport of boxing, but that's the lack of respect that we have in the boxing community. Now let's humble ourselves. A lot of people pray, and a lot of people wish that boxers just could be humble. Oh my God, I wish the Charlo brothers could be humble. They talk a lot, but yeah, they don't talk as much as we do. Yeah, they have the right to talk because they stepping in the ring trying to survive somebody, trying to survive a fight where somebody's trying to actually harm them. We just talking ish. But don't talk about humbleness when boxing fans are not even humble at all. At all. Again, these fighters are going to make their non-believers speak in tongues. Now, when it comes to the heavyweight division, now I'm going to tell you like this. Deontay Wilder, let's talk about the heavyweight division because, of course, it's a prestige division and it's an interesting division. What makes this an interesting division is that you know and I know the diversity in skills, the diversity in culture, the diversity, because already in boxing is already diverse in culture. That's why we love boxing. The boxing is a world sport. But let's just talk a little bit about the heavyweight division. A lot of people want to say Deontay Wilder, oh my God, don't got boxing skills. Before I used to hear that Tyson Fury was so boring. But then when they fight, then it's what about Deontay Wilder boxing skills? Look, ladies and gentlemen, what I mean about the heavyweight division is so diverse and so special and so good that these heavyweight comes in different type of sizes and form and skill set and culture. And where they from, their nation, we have Usyk, the Ukrainian style. You got Ortiz, the Cuban style. You got Andy Ruiz, the Mexican style. You got Deontay Wilder, the American style or the sluggish style. Povetkin, the German style. Ooh. The UK style by Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury and technically sound and all that. Beautiful. That's what makes it very, very interesting. Not to devalue. It's not for me to want Deontay Wilder to fight like Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder to fight Tyson Fury. I want Deontay Wilder to be Deontay Wilder. I don't care. I want to see knockouts too in the heavyweight division. There's people that have boxing skills and knock out people. I don't care about Deontay Wilder about boxing skills. He's knocking everybody out, and I'm excited about it. And then there's people out there that want to see boxing skills by a 6'9" guy that looks like an enigma. Tyson Fury. Wow, how could a big guy move like that? I don't expect Deontay Wilder to beat Anthony Joshua. I don't expect Deontay Wilder to beat Tyson Fury. I don't expect Tyson Fury to beat Anthony Joshua. I don't expect Povetkin to be the body snatcher in Dillian White. I don't expect Andy Ruiz to be a Du Bois. I don't expect everybody to be the same, but that's what makes it the beauty about the sport of boxing, that they're different. That's what makes it interesting. It's not to devalue what you want this person to do or be or things of that nature. When Tyson Fury beat Klitschko, you know what? And he went to his hiatus. Ain't nobody was saying I miss Klitschko. Because they felt like, it was kind of boring. It was kind of boring, But there's a beauty in that technique. People will say that Floyd Mayweather was boring. But there's a beauty in that technique. It's a beauty in brawling. It's a beauty about Ricardo Mayorga. It's a beauty in that. It's a beauty in Trinidad. It's a beauty in Oscar de la Hoya. It's a beauty in Gotti. It's a beauty in Nassim. It's a beauty in different. We do not have to constantly discredit, devalue somebody's skills and somebody's talent. It's like diverse skills what makes this boxing thing beautiful. Diverse skills is what makes matchup. The boxer versus the slugger. That's Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, not the boxer versus the boxer. And what made it so beautiful about Tyson Fury is that he knew he couldn't win the same way like the first fight. He needed to turn into the slugger. And I was happy because I was like, I don't want to see the 6'9" dude tippy-toe his way to win. I want to see Tyson Fury implement some power, become a heavyweight champion. So when people look at the heavyweight champion, remember back in the days when the heavyweight champion was the man of the world. He could beat everybody in the world. That was the heavyweight champion of the world. You were the king of the world. It was a prestige title to become heavyweight champion of the world. You was the man. You was the king of the world. You remember those times? But it also takes us to elevate the sport of boxing and to elevate these fighters. It takes us as fans, and it takes us knowledgeable ones, on the verge of being knowledgeable, or want to be knowledgeable ones, to uplift the sport of boxing, to not always devalue, to not always crash on somebody just to uplift somebody else. It makes no sense if we're talking about this is the boxing sport that we love. To, oh, if you a Teofimo Lopez fan, I got a dead on Vasily Lomachenko and vice versa. If you're a Tyson Fury fan, who cares about Deontay Wilder? F him. That's BS, and it needs to stop. Yes, let's have fun and games, my brother. Let's talk trash. It's good. I understand the bragging rights. Yeah, we have fun. We talk trash. It's beautiful. It's entertaining for sometimes, but sometimes we gotta, this is a serious sport. It's not a game. It's not a game. We can't say that is it cliche when they say that one punch could change a thing? If it's not cliche, if we know that could happen in the sport of boxing, especially in the heavyweight division, so don't neglect the fact that a guy like Deontay Wilder could beat Tyson Fury, or vice versa, or Anthony Joshua could lose to Pulev. It could happen. Don't be surprised. Do not be surprised. We're talking about the elite level here in the sport of boxing. And just because one guy got the reign right now and one guy's in the top, do not mean that the guy that they're about to fight is some cakewalk. It's not a cakewalk here. It's not. Especially these guys are who they fighting. Povetkin and Dillian White was not a cakewalk. Why you surprised? Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury, why you surprised? Anthony Joshua versus Pulev, why you surprised? Huh? Jose Ramirez, Victor Postal, why you surprised? Sometimes what we don't like, what we think that it don't work, is somebody else's strength. Look at Shawn Porter. Oh, he's too barbaric. Even I'm not a huge fan of Shawn Porter's style. I think it's dirty. But you know what? He has cleaned it up. You saw his last fight, beautiful, cleaned it up. But let's just give you an example. His way that he's attacked, his barbaric, his smothering himself, all that stuff, all the things that people be like, oh man, he got to clean it up, just like I just said. It's what also makes him special. It's what also makes him special. We always trying to dictate what's right in the sport of boxing, how to fight. We always trying to dictate how a person should fight when most of us don't even fight. We're not in the ring. We're not putting our tools in front of another elite fighters that has trained 8 to 10 weeks to neutralize your strengths. Don't compare us. Do not compare yourself to what they go through or what they study or what they've been in the lab or what they sacrifice. Do not compare yourself to fighters if you ain't one. There's a time and a place for all the bickering, for all the debates, for all the devaluing. It's not a place for devaluing, in my opinion, but there's a place I can understand. There's a conversation. I'm not telling another man or another woman how to analyze things. But let's keep it in mind that this is a life or death sport, that there's a lot of sacrifices that have to go to this sport. There's a lot of respect that has to go around to this sport. And if we love this game, then let's respect it. And I respect the peoples in it, especially the ones that's putting their life for pure entertainment, putting their life at risk for our own pure entertainment, for them to take care of themselves and their family. I do this channel, and I did this channel because I wanted to open up a platform, just talk boxing, and have a platform for other boxing heads so we could talk, because I push my ego to the side. I don't have no pride. I love learning. I love learning from others. I love educating myself from others, from other people that we have in the panel, for other boxing channels. I love it, for the unbiasedness when you're covering the sport of boxing, for the wisdom, for the educators, for the Ring IQs of the world, for my boy Unravel Mark, from D, from Johnny, from anybody out there, from my boy Glenn, from my boy, everybody that's, from my boy Guido, from everybody. Intangible, all these people that I've come across so in this community. Smoke, everybody, you know what I'm saying, Two Hands, Jedi, everybody that has this, that has a genuine love for the game. That has a genuine love for the game. And I'm not trying to miss anybody out, but I respect each and every one of the people that really love the sport of boxing and genuinely, you know, respect the sport of boxing. And most of all, I love all fighters. And yeah, we could go bicker around and then we could have videos about me going at it. But at the end of the day, I respect each and every one of y'all. I respect each and every one of y'all. And thank you. Thank you for showing your skills and talent. Thank you for stepping inside that ring and you know, giving us a journey. And because a 12-round bout is actually, it relates to a lifespan, in my opinion. The roller coaster, the ups and downs, the adjustments you have to make in life, the preparation. I respect it all. And just like a pure boxing fan, I want the best. I want you to go for legacy. Because I know in the end of the day, money or not, that will reign supreme. But I also understand that these warriors need to take care of their family and themselves. And they should be compensated well. Especially when they're in that type of level of fighting, those type of level of opposition. And I want everybody in the sport of boxing to do right. The personnel, the promoters, the managers, the accountants, the advisors. Do right by these fighters. They don't have to make us speak in tongues. Let's make our prediction, but let's make it wise. Let's make a respectable prediction. Give it the why, break it down. But no devaluing another fighter to say he ain't shit, he's a bum. Just so you could say the guy that you think is gonna win is great and all of that. We don't need that. We could say this guy have all the skills and talent. This guy have more skills. This guy could neutralize this type of skill set. Could neutralize this one. This style can match up with this style good. This style can match up well with the other style. And then we see what happens. I love y'all. Y'all already know, man. The merch is here. Subscribe to the channel. Smash the like button. Hit the notification bell. Got my updated videos. And shout out to everybody that's doing their independent work covering the sport of boxing. For the people that's genuine in the mass that love the sport, that's covering the sport of boxing. There's people that might not agree in their analysis, but you're genuine. I support everybody, support everybody's platform, because we really do this regardless of who's following us or whatever type of fan base or following base or the subscriber base that we may have. Support every culture with one race. One race, no matter how you want to cut, slice, or whatever. In the end of the day, when we enter the kingdom of heaven or we in that gate, God ain't gonna say black people on the side, white people on this side. Hey, Latinos, come over here. Hey, Asians, oh, come over here. No, we're one, baby. We're one. We're distant relatives, brothers and sisters of God, daughters and sons of God. I love y'all. God bless. And on to the next.